SS Gentleman, Dean Alejandro here, and I'm ready to kick off the new series for this year, which is our A to Z series, really in the LGBTQ community, more specifically to the transgender community as well. This is in hopes to kind of open the door for open conversations and to also educate. I am not a doctor. I am not a medical provider. This is just based on my experience, a little bit of research that I have done. Of course, there are tons of topics, but I just wanted to go ahead and pick a few. Now, in each video, like I've kind of said in the past, I'm not really able to go ahead and talk about every single topic. However, I'm going to pick a few topics to go ahead and say on video, on recording. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to be creating a blog per letter. And then you're going to be able to see all the topics, as well as probably putting in some research links, and basically just creating a foundation for those resources and for anyone that may be interested. So I did create the website. Some of you may have seen it. It's not the best, but it's something, I guess. So I put it on my Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comments below or in the section below. But it's also going to be, other than this series, it's going to have a little section for mental health, giveaways, promotions. Like, basically, it's just going to be a directory for all my content. I don't want to spend too much information on that because I've kind of planted the seed here and there. I do want to say thank you for your patience. It's already been kind of a crazy year for 2021. I really didn't realize how difficult the ending of the year and the start of the new year would be, really. I guess it's kind of always been tough, but ever since my grandpa passing at the end of the year, over a year ago now, it's just been really difficult on top of everything else. So I still have been putting videos out, as I've said, and as you've seen. However, I really wanted to wait to start this series until I created a good foundation, an example of the website, like I was just saying. So, as I said previously, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical provider, this is just me, this is my experience. I also have have a couple different mental health issues. I guess I won't say issues, but sometimes it's really hard for me to speak. I have a problem with public speaking, I have a problem with stuttering, it's just a couple different things. So bear with me getting through the actual videos of this. And if anything, and you don't want to see the videos, like I said, you're more than welcome to go ahead and go straight to the website. I want to go ahead and do these videos bi-weekly. However, since this one's coming out so late, I'm going to have 3 in the month of February, as well as the first Thursday of the month. It's going to be letter B, and I am going to be doing a GC2B binder giveaway, giving away more than one because I'm not really able to give away one this month. I mean, I could, but I really don't want to rush the entries and rush everyone through it, to be honest. So basically, I just wanted to kind of give an introduction for that. I know I have an influx of new followers. Maybe you have known me 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I kind of just opened the door and started letting a lot of people back into my life. Welcome. You're now a part of the family, my family, whether you knew me in the past, whether you're just meeting me now. This is basically a safe space that I have created to kind of educate, open the door, and kind of really just break the stigma with everything by promoting visibility with kindness, being 100% transparent, whether that's the good, the bad, the ugly. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. So I have a couple different topics. I'm just going to go through probably like 2 or 3 of them. It's just going to be basically a word or a description or a type. I've had a lot of you tell me specifically what you want. I do have it here, so, bear with me. So one of the most common, I guess words or things that people wanted me to really do was assumptions based off society, based off social media, and a couple of other things. And this is, again, up to interpretation. I really struggled with this, and I felt like I did not have enough representation, and that's why it took so long for me to come out. However, if you really reflect back on the history of the LGBTQ community going through media, not even social media, just going back through TV and how it was interpreted, we were really the punchline, and that's kind of the thing that people really saw of us, and that's still the thing that people see of us. They don't really know us for who we are. They kind of see us as what the media depicted us. Trans women in particular, they have tons and tons and tons more issues. I don't want to even get into that completely 100%, but it's all based on the media and how the media perceives us all to be. So other than that, I'm going to go more in depth on the blog because I just don't want to eat up a bunch of the time. I also had a couple people want me to go over asexuality, asexual, and then also agender and allies. Like I said, there's a bunch of other ones. As far as asexual, asexual is basically a sexual orientation, not to be confused with agender, where agender is your gender identity, to where you don't really identify with a specific gender. That's what agender is. Now, as far as asexuality, that kind of, like I said, is a part of your sexual orientation, whereas you may not be attracted to people, or you may be attracted to people, but you don't have that physical attraction. Now, that doesn't mean that because you're not attracted to people, regardless of their gender, doesn't mean that you don't have sexual intercourse, doesn't mean that you're not sexually active. It just means that you do not have the desire to really, have sexual intercourse. You can still have a partner, but maybe you don't. Now, the thing is about asexuality and like a lot of our gender identities and a lot of our sexual orientations and really everything with that, which I hate to really generalize it, but every single transition is different and everyone's sexual orientation is different. So two different people that, are asexual, they're going to have different wants, needs based off that. So just because I'm kind of generalizing the subject does not mean that that is exactly what it is. Every single person is different, and that's what makes us all so great. Other than that, I just want to go ahead and say, as though you guys have seen, I kind of wrote that I want to talk about the ABCs series, which is exactly what I kind of said in the beginning. So this is a series that's going to be happening all year long. It's going to be going bi-weekly after the month of February. I'm going to be putting a lot of different topics and ideas that a lot of you have come to me and said you wanted more information on. And it's just something that I really wanted to do to kind of go into the more educational route as far as the LGBTQ community and opening that door more. So it's just something that I've really wanted to do. However, it is more difficult for me to do because I don't consider myself an educator. I like to go ahead and help people pay it forward. As you know, I've had a lot of different programs, especially the past year, helping people. And it's just, as much as I wanted to put out educational information, I am not a good public speaker. I am just a normal person. But really, that's kind of motivated me. If you haven't seen my new post on the website, which was just like a first post introduction, I've really struggled the past couple months with being transparent in all aspects of my life, as far as mental health, family, adulting, everything else. And I was getting really hard on myself. I was really kind of like, my platform, Soft Serve Gentleman, is for transgender stuff. It's for those resources. It's basically what I wanted to create because I never saw it. When I came out, I didn't have a specific like blog or website or anywhere that was consistent with transgender only resources. It was a lot of LGBTQ stuff, which is great, but it was very sporadic. So I really wanted to create this platform so you can have a concrete, reliable source to find those resources, right? So then I started struggling with wanting to be transparent about my mental health, and not even that because it's just a part of me and it's something that I'm embracing, and because I wasn't really talking about it, I felt like I was kind of censoring myself. So this happened with mental health, like I said, a bunch of different topics as well. And I really started to reflect and really started to get really down on myself with it, like I said, because I felt like I was kind of censoring myself, thus being a hypocrite towards my brand and what I've created. So I really just had this kind of epiphany where I was like, you know what, like, I have my platform. It is what it is. Like, we're already here, and I would be censoring myself to not be talking about those things, to not be talking about mental health. Like I've said, you've seen my transition, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's 100% transparent because a lot of people in the community and in my follower base, they only talk about the positive things, which is great. It's great to see all those positive things. However, that's the representation that other people are getting, and it's important to know that not everything is good and not everything is positive. Me personally, when I didn't see any negative experiences or any negative representation, I felt different, like in a bad way. Like, I felt like something was wrong with me because I didn't know and I felt alone. And that's something that I really try to go against with this whole thing. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and start off the series officially. I hope you can look into the video, look into the blog. I hope you can follow, subscribe, stay here forever. No, for real though, if you are new here, please hit that follow button, that subscribe button. I do have it up. I have a bunch of different platforms that you can also see. However, like I said, I wanted to make that website 100% transparent, to be a directory for everything else. And now I am going to be basically focusing on all different facets of my life. So whether you are in the LGBTQ community or not, or you just want to be educated, or maybe you're not even involved at all and you just want to know about mental health, I'm going to be diving more into a lot of those topics, because now more than ever, it's important to know that you're not alone. I'm not alone. Even though we feel isolated, this world is fucking crazy. But yeah, so I hope that everyone has a great day, and I will see you next Thursday.